My overall Survivor experience was, I would say, if I could give it a title, it would be Tragedy to Triumph, because I started out in the Luzon tribe and we sucked. Like, we couldn't really win a challenge. We won the second place in one immunity challenge and then we lost the rest. So, I started out kind of with the odds against me, and then the switch happened, and then the merge, and then ultimately, I went out in sixth. But if you could have asked me at the beginning of the game the way our tribe started, if I would have thought that I would have made it to the jury, I would have said no. So, to go from just a bad start to a pretty cool finish for me, um, I would say tragedy to triumph. I didn't win, but I still overcame all of those obstacles and all those odds that were against me to make it at least to the jury. So that's what I say, tragedy to triumph. I think just playing this game, I realized really how strong I am. There are situations, in terms like the weather conditions, lack of food and water, where your mind might tell you like you cannot go any further, or this is crazy, but you still continue to push past those points where your body says stop or your mind says stop. And really, I got a chance to see just my inner strength and my desire like to win. And then I think I'm going to take that with me outside of the game, just in everyday life when it comes to work issues or relationship with issues or family issues, just drawing upon that inner strength. And I think I always knew I had it and never really had to use it until I came out here. So this game will force you to pull out your inner strength and your inner will to fight. My highest point in the game was the triple individual immunity wins. I won the first one. I'm like, okay, this is great. And then I won the second one. I'm like, oh, this is even better. And then the third one was just like the icing on the cake. So I was that was a highlight for me because I'm going against like young guys, 21-year-old guys, 20-year-old guys, and I'm hanging in there, So like it was a highlight for me just as a female, being a physical threat in this game. The low points for me was I think it was maybe day 3, and we were sitting under the shelter, and like the rain was dripping on our heads. The wind was really high. It was cold, and we had tribal that night, so we were drenched. And we sat up all night in this cold and rain, and like I think I had tears mixed in with the rain, so no one really could tell I was crying. But I was like, what am I doing here? It was just a point where I was like, I don't know if I can do this. This is day 3. There are 39 days in this game. I don't know if I can do this. But the next day when the sun came out, I'm like, okay, game on. I'm here. I'm ready. That was just one bad night, and it was, it was good after that. As much as I hate being voted out, I would say that the people who voted me out were very smart to get rid of me. Um, I could have won more immunity challenges, and the people that were sitting on the jury at that point liked me. So, yeah, I think they were very smart to get rid of me as the person in the shoes. I'm making arguments, guys, keep me. I can't win all of the challenges, and I'm here myself making these arguments, and I'm saying to myself, this is BS. But I'm going to keep saying it. Maybe someone will believe it. But yeah, it's frustrating, like being that kid who wants to play with people and they don't want to play with you. And it wasn't that they didn't want to play with me because they didn't like me. They didn't want to play my game because they felt that I could beat them. And you got to respect that. That's why everyone's here, and that's the goal in the end. Take the people to the end with you who you feel like you can beat. If Jeff called me and was like, will you come back? I definitely would. And I love this game. And like being in the challenges, being on the reward, like I had to pinch myself every single time. Like I'm like, I cannot believe that I'm here. And it's tough. It's mentally draining. It's physically draining. But it really has been a blessing to be here and play with the players that I played with. And it's a well-oiled machine, this game. You know, it's just unimaginable. And to see it from the player side, like to see it from the fan side is one thing, but to actually be here is ridiculous. And yeah, I would definitely come back and I would play just as hard and I would just be a beast.